Hey there, guys. Welcome to Spanglish with Sean. As you can see on the board, the spotlight again is on English this time. So, and we are continuing with the topic concord or subject-verb agreement that you know it as. And the last time we looked at some action verbs like run and cry and drink and eat. And I left you with this one, the verb to walk. And you were to, I hope you put them in the comment section, right? You were to give me the pronouns, give me and the endings. So I walk, you walk, he walks, she walks, it walk. You walk, of course. Did I say you walk? Well, no. And then the plural form, plural of I, we walk, plural of he, they walk, or she, they walk, or it, they walk, right? Now, let us have some names of people. So let's say, an example is here. The boys, is it walk or is it going to be walks to school every morning? Now, based on what you learned the last time, it would not be walks, because you would have learned that once you have the they, more than one, and the we, more than one, no S, no ES or IES, right? And moreover, the exception, you and I, again, no plural marker S will be there. So the boys, again, and to ask the subject, you must know that principle. Who or what with the conjugated form of the verb, right? So who or what walk or walks to school every day? The boys. Good. So the subject is the boys. So it has to be, the pronoun will be they, so the answer will have to be walk. The boys walk to school every day, every morning, right? I remember now, it is habitual action. So you remember that. It's not in the past tense, we're talking about things that happen habitually, right? So we could start with the adverb every morning. How frequent? Every morning, the boys walk to school. That was missing. So let me just add that to school. So definitely, you can transpose the every morning to the beginning of the sentence. And still the answer would still be walk. It doesn't change. No, the answer remains. Because the subject again, who or what. So you notice this is an interesting principle, that the subject does not always come at the beginning of the sentence. So in this case, it's not in the beginning, it's in the middle. Every morning, the boys walk, and we can put a comma, walk to school, right? Now, let us get some more practice. Elaine, is it cook? Elaine cooks or cook fried chicken daily? Well, Elaine can be replaced with what pronoun? Ah, you said it. I heard Jeremy said it, right? She. So she cooks. Who is she? Elaine. So the answer, of course, is cooks. Elaine cooks fried chicken daily. Number 2, my coach. So we have two verbs again. Teach, teaches. Fitness management. Again, we need to know the correct form of the verb to teach that is acceptable, right, in speaking and in writing, especially formal speaking, right, and formal writing. In fact, it's good to practice even with friends, because I always say how you speak will determine how you write. So if you want to write eloquently and correctly and accurately, practice to speak that way, and life will be much easier when it comes to avoiding grammatical errors and mistakes, right? Especially with subject-verb agreement, right? Because it's a principle that is not difficult to learn. It's only difficult when you do not practice. So practice becomes perfect. So look, my coach, the pronoun that it can be replaced with or substituted for is he or she. Yes, female coaches. So my coach teach or teaches. Yes, Jenny, you said it correctly. Teaches, because who or what? My coach. One, she, he. So it has to be teaches, right? Good. Number 3, the children look or looks At the moon every night, or in the night, doesn't matter. So the answer is, Jonathan, you're saying the correct answer. Yes, I am hearing you. Look, because the children can be substituted with they. They look, the children look at the moon every night. Number 4, my sister and I bake or bakes fruit cakes every Christmas. Is it bake or bake? Who bakes or bake fruit cake every Christmas? My sister and I, which can can be substituted for they, right? Or replaced with they, the pronoun. So not they, we, my bad, we. So once I am in it is we, no longer they. So my sister and I, we bake. So it has to be bake, no S, bake fruit cakes every Christmas. 5, our parents buy science books every summer. Well, yes, parents, this pronoun, they. So again, it has to be without the S. Our parents buy science books every summer, arbitrarily, every summer. The Milky Way, number 6. So from the science book, we can learn about the Milky Way. The Milky Way consists without the S or with the S, of the sun, other stars, 9 planets, gas and dust. Well, I'm hearing you. You are saying it correctly. It has to be the one with the S, because you're going to ask yourselves, who or what consists of the sun, stars, 9 planets, and gas and dust? The Milky Way. So the S has to be that one. So it has to be the one with the S. The Milky Way consists, right, of the sun. 7, the combined light from all the stars spreads out to form a band of light across the sky. Now, remember now, always ask who or what with the subject, because see, this can be a tricky one. Is it the stars that spreads out? No, it's the combined light as a subject. So you see how that principle, it must be very must stay with you all the time. It's an overarching principle. Never leave it, because it tells you, it makes you a better student in language when you can identify the subject in any sentence. So who or what, and you will be able to use the correct form of the verb. Who or what spreads out to form a band of light? Not the stars, the combined light from all the stars. So that is what is the subject. So because that's the subject, now we're going to get the verb going to be, of course, the one with the S, because it's one light, right? So you see, always, guys, ask yourselves who or what with the verb to determine the subject, and it's the subject that determines the verb, and that's the topic. Subject verb agreement, concord. So in order for you to use the correct form of the verb, you must know how to locate the subject in the sentence. And if you do that, you'll be happy. You will be happy, and nobody will say it's annoying when you speak, because you're mixing up subject verb agreement that you don't want to be said of you. All right. So number 8, my brother always draw stars in his book. Clearly, who or what always draws? My brother, one brother. So the subject is brother, and therefore the verb is going to have an S. The conjugated form, draws, right? Stars. So don't be confused by any other thing in the sentence. Focus on the subject and ask yourselves that question, who or what, with the form of the verb. So you can use the two verbs, use the two forms, and they will know which one is correct. Do you jog every morning? Naturally, you will be the subject, so it has to be jog, because even though it's one, it is exception to the rule. You and I never put on an S. The manager and supervisor always signs off on all transactions. Now we have two subjects, right? Manager and supervisor. They can be substituted for they. So they always sign. So we don't need the S. They always sign. More than one entity or entities, then it has to be without the S, sign off on all transactions. But guess what? This one is very intriguing, and you are going to give me the answer next session, because we're going in the next video I'm going to look for your answers, your comments in that section, and then you are going to tell me. We're going to go into another part 2 with another area of the subject-verb agreement, because it's a very extensive, wide area, but it's not hard to understand. It's just practice. So the one for you for your homework is every worker and manager. Is it goes or go off at 5 p.m.? Well, that's an interesting answer. I look forward to reading your comments. So you must watch, you must listen, you must let it run through, you must let the video play, all of it, and make your comments and subscribe, share with your friends, right? Because exciting days are ahead of us with English language, right? And of course Spanish. So it's Spanglish with Sean, so you know we cater to both subjects. So listen, replay the video, watch again, listen, and do some more on your own. But remember now, I'm looking forward to see this particular sentence and the correct response to it. So from me to you and your families and friends, I almost said fans, well, you are my fans, right? And I thank you for that. So continue to let the fan base grow at Spanglish with Sean. Blessings.